Blue cards in football. The worst thing since paedophiles or the best thing since sliced bread? Probably somewhere in between. But I'm seeing everyone, like Twitter, social media, YouTubers, absolutely lose their mind and blow up because blue cards have been added to football and they're ruining the sweet, the beautiful game. I don't think it's that bad. I think we should just relax a little bit, calm down. It's not fantastic. It's not great news. But I don't think it's going to ruin the game, right? I think, let's see how it goes. I believe they introduced it in amateur football. I don't really play football. I played it at school for a bit. So I played a little bit of school football. I had the techers. You know what I mean? My local school growing up, 7 to year 11, I think I played. No, year 10, I didn't play in year 11. It wasn't awful. But we did get knobbed every week about 50-0. So I wasn't great. But that's not the point. Point is, I believe they've been using it in amateur football for quite a while now. And apparently, it has massively seen a decrease in the likes of fouls, dissent, harmful fouls. People aren't liking it, right? So it clearly works. Hence, they're bringing it in to the professional game. Now, they're bringing it into the professional game, but I don't think they're adding it to the top 5 leagues yet. I don't believe they're adding it to the top Europe, the 5 European leagues. So I think the MLS is getting it, maybe a few other leagues, but I don't believe it's coming up to like the Prem yet. I could be wrong, right? But it's not something you have to worry about imminently. I also don't think it's that big a deal. Like, if it works, people are certainly going to be more cautious about getting sent off for 10 minutes. Because, again, I'm a rugby fan. I don't like the whole you can just stand there and argue with the ref for whatever because you disagree with their decision. Ultimately, you're not going to change their mind. So, and there's also a way in which you go about talking to the referees and the officials, which, again, as a rugby player and fan, I've seen. So I've never been a fan of that anyway. And if this is going to bring that down and increase the, improve the way you interact with officials, I don't think that's a bad thing. The issue arises that rather than replacing the yellow and having a system like in rugby, where you get a yellow card in rugby, you get sent off, then you come back on after 10 minutes. 2 yellows make a red, same system. The only difference is you get a 10-minute sin bin. Rather than replacing the current yellow with that and having a 10-minute sin bin, you're adding an extra layer, which again is going to certainly make people more careful. I don't think, obviously, football yellows get handed out a lot more often, so that sort of sin bin thing, I understand why it's not been there. So I do get, I'm not saying get rid of the yellow, because again, I understand, more yellows get given out. So adding that into football, you'd be down to like 8 players at some point. You'd hardly have 11 people on the pitch kind of thing. Obviously not literally, but you know what I mean. So I get that. But then now you've got 3 layers. I'm just thinking, what, does 2 blues make a red as well? Or do 2 yellows make a blue instead of a red? I don't understand it. Is it just going to be, again, two blues make a red because it's just a bit of a harsher yellow? Why is it blue, not orange? Is that because of the colour clash? But do you know what I'm trying to say? So I'm not sure how that's going to work. The other side to it is, just like VAR. VAR was added and it's supposed to make the game so much fairer and better and get rid of decisions, which on the whole, VAR has done. It's probably, you get the odd awful decision, but on the whole, it's probably made the game a lot fairer and removed a lot of decisions that otherwise would have been given, right? You get the odd one at the Liverpool game against Spurs where the game was kind of thrown away because a goal wasn't given. But on the whole, offsides are given as offsides and all this, right? So yes, we don't like it, but I think on the whole, you've got to agree it's done more good than bad, right? Even if you don't like it anymore. I think this will do the same. On the whole, it will make the game fairer. It will get rid of this back chat. It will get rid of all of that, right? Not get rid of it, you know what I mean? But what it will also do is create a lot of controversy around, was that a yellow card or was it a blue card? Was it a blue card or was it a red card? Was it a second yellow? Was it a second blue? What does a yellow and a blue mean? Do you know what I mean? It's very subjective now as to what's a yellow and what's a blue. And vice versa, what's a red and what's a blue, what's a red and what's a yellow. It's because it's now got that extra layer, that's going to be very controversial. So I think the idea, the premise of it, I kind of agree with. I like the idea of it, of let's make it a nicer game, a fairer game, you know what I mean? Like a less of a, like these players, the way they talk to referees and officials. Because ultimately they're trying to do their job, right? I don't agree with a lot of decisions, obviously, and a lot of it needs to change, but you screaming in their face isn't going to help anyone, right? So I kind of agree with the premise, and I agree with what they're trying to do, but I don't see how adding another card, which is going to be so subjective, is going to help. I really don't, because what you should do is just keep it as a yellow, and then if it's that bad, just add an element in. Well, I don't even know, because it's kind of what the blue card is. But yeah, I don't know. I think for me, I wouldn't have added it, right? For me personally, I think the game's better without. Stop overcomplicating things. Just keep it. You stop trying to fix what's not broken. Keep it as it is. That's why everyone hates VAR. Again, VAR on the whole probably makes the game better, makes the game fairer, makes the game, gets rid of like bad decisions. But people want to get rid of it because it gets rid of that. Oh, was it offside? So everyone going mad because it's a given goal. You know, was it offside? And it chalked off. So it's one of them, right? Where VAR on the whole probably is better, but like I said, everyone wants to get rid of it because of that. I think this will be the same. On the whole, it might make the game a bit better, a bit fairer. I see why they're doing it. I don't hate it, but I do think it'd be better without that, because it's going to make a lot of controversy. It's not gonna you're gonna finish the game and we're talking about, was it a blue or was it a red or was it a yellow, and why was it given as a blue, and if the guy didn't get a 10-minute sin bin and just got a yellow, would it have changed the game? Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I don't like it. I think if you wanna stop the people chatting to you how they do, just make it a thing. It happens in things like rugby, most other sports, right? You can't talk to the ref like that. So just make that a thing, and hopefully players will start fucking listening. But I don't know if this is the way to go about doing it, because it's just going to make the game a lot more controversial, which I don't think we need right now, again, with the VAR space. Let me know your thoughts down below, people. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Like, subscribe, comment. You know how YouTube works, people. Peace.